Hello, everybody. It is Self-Care Sunday. Who's with us tonight? Live tonight. Who is joining in? Who is with us live tonight? Hey, Dennis, how are you? Good to have you with us. How's things in the great state of Texas? Adele and Dazzle are in. Good to have you here. Good to have everybody here tonight. How was your day? How was your Sunday? Tell me about it, people. I want to hear the good. I want to hear what you are grateful for this Sunday. On Self-Care Sunday. Start of week 29 or 30, depending on how you're counting. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Start of week 29 or 30. Whoa, I hit the wrong button there. But tell me about your day. Tell me what Sunday was like in your world. It's got to be a little cooler in Texas. Beautiful weather and outstanding sales. Yeah, it was great weather this weekend. Hey, Kim, how are you? We're getting the whole Texas contingent here tonight. Great to have you with us. Yeah, the weather cooling off a little bit, and sales online, in store. It was a busy weekend. Busy weekend, which a more normal weekend, honestly, for this time of year. But I never take any of that for granted because we don't know what tomorrow will bring. Not in this world we're now in. We just don't know. How are things with you, Kim? How are things in your world? What are you grateful for this Sunday? Tell me about your Sunday. But I am, I like the positive, and I actually, today I ran some financial reports and stuff that I've, first day off in 2 weeks. Woo! Go, Kitty! I want to be Kitty. I want a day off. Thanksgiving's coming. We're closed Thanksgiving. It's one of the few days we close. But I'm glad to hear that, Kitty. I'm glad you had a day off. I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you didn't spend all day doing housework or the yard work. It's probably what you did, knowing you. I'm glad to hear that, though. And that is something to be grateful for, and that's obviously that you're making progress with your new staff. The married man himself? Oh my God, it is National Taco Day. Welcome Zach and Rachel Evans to the program. Zach and Rachel Evans, welcome. I just saw, woo! Zach and Rachel, woo! Even my peanut gallery is wooing. We just saw some of those amazing pictures of the wedding. Unbelievable. Unbelievable pictures. The one with the fountain in the background and the light, I mean, it just, and the stars shining down on you, I mean, that was amazing. I am a little disappointed that I have not seen a wedding photo of little Missy. I was searching the internet all day. I've been searching all day for a wedding photo of little Missy. But I know that's coming. I am so excited for you. I'm so excited as you and Rachel start your lives together, heading up to the Northern Peninsula via every Taco Bell on the way there. Hey, Pat in the Peanut Gallery. You mowed for the last time this season. That's good, Kitty, hopefully. We got a bunch of rain, so ours is sprouting up. We got a bunch of rain the end of this week, and it's sprouting up. Yeah, I mean, those were amazing photos, Zach. I mean, I was, just before I came on, I was like, showing Cassandra, I'm like, before I flip over to go live, I'm like, you got to see these pictures of the wedding. And because Cassandra just got home and she was like, oh, and I mean, we're just, that's awesome, Zach. We are so excited for you guys. She did compliment your moves on the dance floor, and I told her I showed you how to do that. So, I mean, I did have to out you on that you learned those moves on the dance floor from me. Probably when I was in my leather chaps in your store, but, you know, those dance moves I took credit for. I'm just saying. You don't have to tell everybody else at the wedding that, but that I did. But I'm grateful to have you all here. I'm grateful that you and Rachel tuned in tonight. Thank you so much. Hey, Rose! Great to have you here. Pat in the Peanut Gallery, I hope you are well. I really do. Wow, so much good stuff. Starting week 29 or 30. Night 201 of this show. Night 200 was on wedding night. Night 200, last night, wedding night. We are on night 201. This is our 201st night here that we are on consecutively, and we're great to have you here, people. Truly blessed that you show up. So glad to have you. We start the program. We start the program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book. Let's see what we open up to tonight. Last night we were on the seesaw. I remember that. Ooh. I like this. Our Good Morning Tonight. Our Good Morning Tonight in the Good Morning, Good Night book with Lin-Manuel Miranda. I mean, we really got to see if we can get him to do a guest appearance and read it to us some night. But we are on page 96 tonight. The world changes. The ground shifts. We still make plans. We still find gifts. Good morning. That is our good morning tonight on this Self-Care Sunday, where we've got the Resale Strong Cookbook going strong. Pumpkin bread. Okay, on Nart's Dallas Stationery, okay, the notepad from Dallas, okay, with all sorts of dribbles and drabbles on this, okay, and, you know, from Texas, we have lots of Texans on the show tonight, but pumpkin bread, a great fall recipe. I know some of you made it today, and that is wonderful. I am thrilled for that. I mean, I think it is on Cassandra's list to make this week. She does like a good pumpkin bread, and you know, just the taste of fall, and really putting it together. But I love that this recipe came on Nart Stationery, courtesy of Forms Plus is the stationery. And we add that to the Resale Strong Cookbook. The Resale Strong Cookbook is how we're cooking our way through this. Cooking our way. Week 29 or 30 we're starting, depending on which way you are counting. Week 29 or 30, you know, and which part of the country you're in. And, whoa, zucchini, pecan, chocolate chip bread. Okay, Kath, we may need to meet up for some of that. That sounds good. Zucchini, pecan, chocolate chip bread, everybody. Kath, I'm just saying, that could be next week's recipe if you send it to me. You can email your recipes and add them to the Resale Strong Cookbook. You just email me, Neil, N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com, N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com. You know what? We're always reminded by Jerry's post, it's a good week to have a good week. You're at the start. You're at the beginning. Now's when you decided up here. What happens up here is how this week will play out. It's a good week for a good week. Week 29 or 30, and it's a fine week to have a good week. And I know Kath is going to have one because she has zucchini pecan chocolate chip bread. Zucchini pecan chocolate chip bread. How awesome is that? You know? This is pretty good, and it's Rocktober, people. Rocktober. We're rocking it. We're going to rock the sales. I know a lot of you had a good weekend. Our register was ringing this weekend. It's funny. Sometimes when the register's ringing the most is when my staff thinks it's just a slow day. I mean, it's funny the disconnect between, everything leaving. Okay, they always feel overwhelmed when everything's coming in. But when everything's leaving, they think, oh, it was a really slow day. And I'm like, I'm reading their report on the day because we get a daily report of the day. And I'm reading it, and they're like, oh, it's so slow. And then I'm updating to see what sales were. And I pull up the sales, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll take that kind of slow day anytime. I'll take that anytime. Anytime when it's going in the register. And still, no matter what people say about the death of cash. See, I mean, this is another good reason not to fill your head with the media. Okay? The media likes negative sells. Okay? I mean, negative sells, the old saying is negative sells newspapers, okay? Negative headlines sells newspapers is the old headline. But, that gets you down and slows up your body and your forward motion in your business. So, and I'm not saying stick your head under a rock, okay? But I am saying don't listen to it all day long, because one of the things that the media talks about is the death of cash in this pandemic, and that everything is plastic and we'll never see cash again and everything else. I got to tell you, people are using more and more of it. We've had more cash coming through. It's been quite surprising because of what we've been told to expect, and all denominations, even more $100 bills than we normally see, just because that's not the kind of market we're in. We're not in a $100 bill market, but we've been seeing more of those and bigger cash deposits, and quite honestly, that saves all the credit card fees. So I'm happy to take cash if somebody has it. So again, reduce your cost of operating. But don't let the media get in your head. Don't listen to it for too long. Because this is Rocktober, and we are focused on the positive. We are focused on moving this train forward. This train, your train is moving forward. Choo-choo! Choo-choo, yes. I mean, Zach's got a family now. I mean, it won't be long before his mother's asking about grandchildren. I'm just saying. There's a few news bites I want to update you on tonight, okay? Business news that you should be informed on, so that you know what's happening out there, to get your week started on a positive note. A positive note. Yeah, Rose. I mean, it's crazy. Until I verified one of the deposits this weekend, I was like, they added an extra, they moved the decimal point too far to the right. They fat fingered it, because we don't have that in cash usually sitting around. So even this time of year when we're normally busier, we don't have that we don't keep a lot of cash incoming. So, but again, I'm happy when, however people are spending. And if that's the way people are controlling and making sure of how they're spending, I'm okay with it. That's good sound practice. So, but it's funny, I don't like personally. I don't like carrying a lot of cash on me. Even this weekend, I was like, I keep a spare bank bag of just spare change, just so I can refill the store's bank if I need to, without going to the bank. And I usually keep it in my briefcase, but I hadn't remembered where I left it. And I'm like, where did I leave it? And I was Saturday morning, I was looking all over the place for it. It turned up, and it's all good, but I left it in a weird spot. That's very unlike me. Yeah, that fruit fly is still in here someplace, that little fruit fly. Our friends at Amazon launches a $4.99 per month, $4.99 per month personal shopper service for men's fashion. Yes, men's fashion. Who would have thought that men couldn't shop for themselves? Their personal shopping service to Prime members is part of Prime Wardrobe, a Stitch Fix rival, originally aimed at women. An Amazon stylist selects an assortment of fashion items that match customer style and fit presence. Then they're shipped to the customer on a monthly basis for home try-on. Whatever the customer doesn't want to keep can be returned using the resealable package and the prepaid shipping label. At the start, the shopping service will include brands like Scotch and Soda, Original Penguin, Adidas, Lacoste, Carhartt, Levi's, Amazon Essentials, Good Threads, and more. A mix of both Amazon's in-house brands and others. Personal Shopper by Prime will offer hundreds of thousands of men's styles across more than 1,000 different brands. The service itself is similar in many ways to Stitch Fix, as it also starts customers with a style quiz to personalize their monthly fashion selections. Also, like competitive fashion subscription services, customers can reach out to their stylist with specific requests. Like if they need a professional outfit for a job interview, for example, like anybody is wearing professional outfits anymore, for example, or some other occasion like a wedding maybe, where you want something outside their usual interests. But unlike Stitch Fix, which charges a $20 stylist fee, which is later credited towards any items, Amazon's personal shopping service is a flat $4.99 a month. Another difference is that the personal shopper service will alert you ahead of your shipment to review their picks. You can then choose up to 8 items you want to receive instead of waiting for the surprise of opening your box. Amazon says that less than 1% of its selection of brands within Prime Wardrobe are Amazon owned. However, you got to keep in mind the way Amazon works, that percentage may be higher in the boxes customers receive from their personal shoppers at times. So we'll have to see. I'm a weird shopper. I got to go try it. I got to see it. I like to touch it, and that's okay. But I'm okay, especially as we've really pushed the envelope on getting more clothing on our website. I've been surprised at the people that are willing to pay return shipping on everyday average priced items to return it. So they'll pay half the price of the item in shipping back to return it, which is fine by me. I mean, we'll resell it, but it's just surprised me a little bit. What do you do with rental retirees? What if you're Rent the Runway and you have, hey, Suki, great to have you here. Like all of Texas is coming out tonight. If you have rental retirees like Rent the Runway is full of right now, what do you do with them? You list them on ThreadUp. Rent the Runway is clearing their excess thing through a new online storefront on ThreadUp called Revive by Rent the Runway. Designer clothing previously rented on Rent the Runway that is exclusively shoppable on ThreadUp at up to 80% off retail prices. This is just a further extension of ThreadUp's partnerships. They have ones with Walmart, Abercrombie & Fitch, Gap, Madewell, and others, and this is a way for them to get rid of excess inventory as they're clearing things out. So, I'm with you there, Suki. I like shopping in store. I mean, I want it to be different than it is, but I like shopping in store. Facebook has announced the integration of Messenger and Instagram Direct and adding new Messenger features. Again, they're going to use Messenger across all their platforms and bringing the best of Messenger features to Instagram. And So beyond the headline, I can't talk too much about it, although they're adding more emojis and more different things. But its goal is to have all its messaging integrated. Messenger, Instagram Direct, and WhatsApp all connected so that users within each app can send direct messages to each other without having to download the other app. Which would make Facebook the unquestionable leader in global messaging, according to their own ego. And that's today, remember? I mean, it's not that long ago. It's not that long ago that AOL Instant Messenger was the king, okay? Let's just be real here. It is not that long ago when that was the king and it was free and you could use that and it was the king, okay? Others built upon that and made it better. But that Facebook is the king now doesn't mean they will be the king forever. So just keep that in mind in the back of your head there as we move forward. Hang on, I got a couple other things for you tonight on this Self-Care Sunday. I was semi-productive at my desk today, guys. It was a good day to get stuff done overall. Okay, now we're semi-organized. Our friends at Dior are launching a new men's sneaker. Men must be hot. We must be a hot market. We must be a hot market. They saw this and they said, we got to do something to do that. But Dior is launching a new men's sneaker. The B27 will be available in Dior stores starting in November. And this is fresh off their collaboration with Air Jordan. So, I mean, Dior and sneakers for men. Who knew? Who knew? Amazon wants the men. Dior wants the men. They must think we are an untapped market. Little do they know how little we shop. Our friends at Poshmark are planning an IPO. Don't buy it. Poshmark has initiated the process of becoming a publicly traded company, filing a draft registration form with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The company has not determined the number of shares to be offered or the proposed stock price range. They're really trying to capitalize on the resale trends and such that are happening. But like the RealReal, like Rent the Runway, like everybody but ThreadUp, okay, they are not making money, okay? So this is insiders trying to cash out. So this isn't the time to run in and buy Posh stock, even if you've had success selling on Posh. Okay, this is insiders cashing out at your expense. So don't enrich the insiders saying you want to own some Poshmark. That is my unofficial financial advice. Okay, because I am not a licensed or here to give legally binding financial advice, but that is my off-the-street advice. Am I allowed to give off-the-street advice? Okay, my peanut gallery has approved. I can give off-the-street advice. So up against the corner wall advice, don't buy it. You're only enriching the insiders. You're not helping yourself. And really, and when you get right down to it, the one most likely still to be profitable in the long run and really do this is ThreadUp. ThreadUp is doing a great job of minimizing their consignor payouts. You've seen it. You've seen the 35-cent payout, the dollar payouts, and the other things that consignors are receiving on ThreadUp. But that's because ThreadUp is taking into account all their costs. They're doing it to be profitable, and it costs a lot of money to photograph and do all the things that they do with a one-off item. So, when you keep all of that in mind, ThreadUp is doing it right to be profitable in that space. The others are burning venture capital money. And with that venture capital money, when they go to an IPO, it's all of them cashing out. And it's cashing out on the notoriety in the press, etc. It is not cashing out on their viability as a business model. Okay? So that is something to keep in mind. We'll save that for another day. I like this. Where's my Game of Thrones fans in here? I know some of you, I mean, you may not be Kardashian fans, but I know, give me some likes. Who in here likes the Game of Thrones series, I guess it is. I'm not a Game of Thrones person. But who likes the Game of Thrones? Throw me up some likes if we like the Game of Thrones. Show me who likes it. I know I've got some Game of Thrones watchers in here. Alrighty. You're lighting it up for me. You guys, you may not be Kardashian watchers, but I know some of you are Game of Thrones people. So, a man attempted to steal $6 million from the PPP program using companies that he created named after Games of Thrones. A North Carolina man allegedly, let's keep in mind, this is still allegedly, tried to steal $6 million in PPP loans for coronavirus relief by establishing fake companies with Game of Thrones names. Tristan Bishop, 38, was charged with wire fraud, bank fraud, and engaging in unlawful money transactions. He allegedly submitted numerous PPP loan applications, including on behalf of entities named White Walker, Khaleesi, and Night Watch. The loan applications included fake documents, including falsified tax filings that cumulatively sought more than $6.1 million in loans. He actually received more than $1.7 million in PPP money after two applications to the White Walker and his PAN insurance agency were accepted. The federal government has seized some of the benefits, but it's unclear how much. Again, there's going to be fraud in this program, and you know I hate that these headlines are coming out now on it, as Congress is in the throes of what to do next and allow a second PPP for businesses. Yes, this was thrown out quickly. And yes, there was fraud because it was thrown out quickly. But there would have been fraud anyways. And they will catch it, and they will find it, and they will go after it. And I have no problem. 2 years from now, we're going to hear about lots. I mean, it's going to make this $6 million stuff sound tiny. Okay? And I'm okay with that because it helped so many businesses, so many companies get through this. Okay? So many companies push forward. It kept so many people employed, and if businesses are given an opportunity for a second PPP, it will do so moving forward. So I am incredibly okay that they're finding some fraud. I'm glad that their processes are in place that are doing that. So that's okay. But the media, again, likes to focus on the negative. So we'll see where that goes, and but I like the twist in this one, that at least this guy was creative and used the Game of Thrones names. You know, this video and everything we talk about here, everything we talk about, the Resale Strong Cookbook, everything is over on narts.org/resalestrong by noon the very next day. Noon! High noon even, some would say, since we have so many Texas people here. High noon! When they walked out on the prairie with their guns. High noon is when everything is posted by. Thank you to Cassandra and Adele for making all that happen and keeping it all organized. It's there to keep you organized, make it really easy to catch the replay because so many people have so much going on now. Catching the replay is where it's at, and we're totally cool with that. We make it easy. It's also there so you can share it with all your friends in business. Your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker, your hairstylist, your nail person, your barber. I mean, this doesn't just happen, people. This takes styling. Whoever it is, even your personal stylist, okay? You can help them get to the other side by sharing these resources. That's what we're here for, okay? It's a safari out there. Let's get to the other side and let's bring everybody with us. Like an ark. We're building the ark of business. The business ark, 2 by 2. We're all going to the other side. That's what we're doing here, people. As we're about to celebrate the fall harvest, the sukkah is coming. I mean, I got a thing. Adele, you would love it. The guy here, the group here is doing a mobile sukkah. You can have like a sukkah truck come to your house. I'm digressing. That's over there at narts.org/resale strong. Not the sukkah, but hey, everything else. Yes, a profitable week, because it's a good week to have a good week. Let's start it off positive. This is week 29 or 30. We're positive. I am here every night at More 8th and Ish live in the Narts Facebook group. That's where you get to ask me your questions live and in person. If you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com. Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the blessing that is the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. And tonight we're on page 96. If you were not here at the beginning of the program, our good morning is: the world changes, the ground shifts, we still make plans, we still find gifts. Good morning. Our good night tonight is: good night. The world changes, the earth spins, we grieve our losses, we eke out wins. Yes, we do. We do that all the time here, and we celebrate them. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding like the one last night. Man, that was awesome. Wasn't there, but it was awesome. Pictures were amazing. Pictures were amazing. I do like a good wedding, a bar mitzvah, any kind of party. We will party again. I will be there to party with you. I promise you that. But until tomorrow night at More 8th and Ish, know that you and you, but most especially you, the whole Texas contingent, there's so many of you on live tonight. All of you in Texas, you're not alone running this store. I'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Have a great night. It's time for dinner.